Time has expired, and I recognize the gentlewoman from New York, Ms. Vasquez, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and welcome, Secretary Yellen. Thank you for being here this morning. As you know, many working-class families and small businesses are concerned about inflation. You recently told Yahoo Finance that you expect inflation to come down, and as we get into next year, you believe inflation will get back to the 2% target, and you do not see the basis for a U.S. recession. Can you explain your expectation and how the policies of the Biden-Harris administration have helped temper the rate of inflation and given you this sense of optimism?
Well, I'm optimistic because I believe that the big inflationary impulse that we saw in 2022, largely it was global, and it largely reflected supply problems stemming from the pandemic and its impact around the world. And due to the work of the Biden administration and firms in the economy and the pandemic being resolved, many of those supply issues are now fully resolved. So much of the pressure has diminished. On top of that, we have a strong labor market that has attracted many new people into the labor market. Labor supply has surged, and although the labor market was initially very tight, now we have a strong labor market, but one with fewer pressures that would create inflationary concern. So inflation is coming down. The measure the Fed focuses on is now running at 2.6% over the last year, and I believe that it will continue to come down over time. Rents and housing costs continue to leave it higher than we would ideally like.
Yeah.
And it'll be a while before housing costs come down to a more normal level, but that process is in train.
Thank you. And Madam Secretary, in his opening statement, Chairman McHenry mentioned the IMF's warning about the U.S. debt burden. However, in the same Yahoo Finance interview, you were also critical of the tax cuts passed by Donald Trump and congressional Republicans, saying that that decision was responsible for many of the problems that we face now with our fiscal trajectory. Can you explain the fiscal problems that arose from Donald Trump's tax cuts and how the Biden administration is working to reduce these effects?
Well, it was a tax cut that had a very large impact on the deficit and the national debt. So it was costly, it was regressive, it did not pay for itself, and in a way, it concealed its true cost by including delayed razors, phase-outs, and sunsets, some of which Congress will have to deal with next year. We did not see an investment boom that was promised by the act, and President Biden believes it's important to be on a fiscally sustainable path.
Thank you. I hope the other side is listening. Secretary Yellen, millions of businesses are required to report their beneficial ownership information to FinCEN by January 1st. Yet, according to several conversations I'm having with businesses in my district and across the country, many legitimate businesses are unaware this requirement exists. How is FinCEN and the Treasury Department working to increase awareness of this requirement, particularly amongst rural and underserved businesses in which English is not the primary language?
Well, FinCEN has a very active program of outreach and of education, and I believe that you participated, and I want to thank you for that, hosting an event designed to inform people and business owners about what the requirements are. There is, other language
Madam,
support.
if I could just make a suggestion, I would like to see a better
Gentleman.
coordination, Mr. Chairman. Please give me just a second. To work closely with the Small Business Administration. We have a network of SBDCs across the country, over 1,000. This is an
The
opportunity to
gentlewoman's time has expired.
I will
work
share
together.
that. I will
Thank
share
you.
that.
I yield back.
The gentleman